Terry's Tree Service has been instrumental in protecting homes in the Tri-Valley's rural and residential areas that require brush, shrub tree removal, and tree trimming prior to the yearly fire season. Every homeowner has a responsibility to their community to do their part, and Terry's Tree Service is here to help. Please visit terrystreeservice.com today or call 925-820-TREE. That's 925-820-TREE to learn more about what you can do to protect your home and your community during this year's fire season. That's terrystreeservice.com, a Diamond certified company.
Hey everybody, it's Crooked Cup on Baseball. Today we're going to talk about a couple sinker ballers that are going to be going at each other tonight. Logan Webb and Marcus Stroman. We'll talk about what that means when we come back. Hey everybody, it's Crooked Cup on Baseball, and today is Game 2 of this 3-game set between the Giants and the New York Mets. And one of the things about tonight's ball game, which is a bit unusual, is that you've got two starting pitchers going at each other, and they're both sinker ballers. Marcus Stroman, the right-hander for the Mets, having a good season. I mean, he's pitched 132 innings, and his ERA is 2.79. And Logan Webb, who for the Giants has been fantastic. He's pitched 85 innings, and he has an ERA of 2.96. And Kipe, a couple of things just from a pitcher looking at two guys who are sinker ballers. For the most part, they want the ball to be hit on the ground. Now, what makes both these guys a bit unusual is that sinker ballers are not always strikeout guys, but they are. They can get a strikeout, but they can pitch for a ground ball when the situation calls for it. And the other thing, too, that these guys both like to do is they like to work quick. And for Logan Webb, who's still a young pitcher, when he works opposite a guy who has a similar rhythm, I think it makes it easier for him to get in a rhythm. And you can say the same thing, too, for Stroman, although he's no baby. He's been around for a while. But the question I have for you, Kipe, because you were an infielder, you played with some pretty good sinker ballers, and you played with guys who were strikeout fly ball guys. Was your preference to play behind a sinker baller?
Yeah, absolutely. And those were the days where you made sure that you got your rest because you were going to get a lot of work. And it moved the game along. I always thought those games were way more interesting for infielders was because they were going to get a lot of work. Now, the fans, they like your Jim Palmers where they throw high fastballs and a big hard curve, and they're going to get strikeouts. Sinker ballers can be boring, but they're not boring for infielders. And like I said, you want to make sure that you got a good amount of rest because inevitably you're going to get a lot of work. And it doesn't really matter if it's a left-handed hitter or a right-handed hitter. I mean, right-handed hitters against sinker ballers try to hit the ball the other way. Left-handed hitters end up getting out in front, and they turn the ball over. It's possible that you could get, meaning a second baseman, you could get 10 ground balls a game with a sinker ball, or maybe even a few more. But you like it that way. As long as you got a good infield, you like it. I mean, when we used to go into Minnesota and we had a sinker baller throwing, I hated it because the infield was so bad. Dodger Stadium, same thing.
Oh, it was horrible.
We got a sinker baller. Jeez, I don't want to play tonight. The infield stinks. It's horrible.
Atlanta
was the worst. So
it was terrible.
Anyway, the infield had a lot to do with my attitude when it came to sinker ballers. But overall, it was bring it on, baby, because I loved it.
Well, the other consideration, too, and this is something that nobody ever really thought about in previous generations. When a sinker baller was there, you just set your defense up, as Abner Doubleday would put them in, straight up, and just take your chances. But I think, you said you made sure you got your sleep the night before a sinker baller was pitching. I think that the guy who is the analyst that has to put together the defensive plan, I think he had a lot of pressure on him. Because those guys are going to put the ball on the ground. You need to set that defense up to where you can take advantage of that ball being on the ground.
Yeah, it's not just automatically you go into the overshift these days. I mean, there's a lot more to it because of hitters and what they're trying to do and how they're trying to adjust to hitting a sinker baller. This guy's good tonight. Marcus Stroman is good, and so is the Giants guy on the hill.
Yep.
So I expect a really good matchup, and I expect, like you said, a lot of ground balls.
Logan Webb mowing them down. That's the plan. That's Crooked Cap on Baseball. Enjoy the ball game.
Terry's Tree Service has been instrumental in protecting homes in the Tri-Valley's rural and residential areas that require brush, shrub tree removal, and tree trimming prior to the yearly fire season. Every homeowner has a responsibility to their community to do their part, and Terry's Tree Service is here to help. Please visit terrystreeservice.com today or call 925-820-TREE. That's 925-820-TREE to learn more about what you can do to protect your home and your community during this year's fire season. That's terrystreeservice.com, a Diamond certified company.